The market is moving fast right now, and while everyone is chasing the same 5 AI stocks, there's one name quietly sitting at a make or break technical level that most retail investors haven't even looked at yet. I'm talking about BigBear.ai, ticker symbol BBAI. And before this video is over, I'm going to show you exactly why the smart money is starting to move on this stock right now, the balance sheet, the technicals, the catalyst, and yes, the risks too. Because I'm not here to hype you. I'm here to help you make an informed decision. So stay with me because this one is genuinely different from the typical AI stock story. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we do deep dive stock analysis every week, stripping away the noise and giving you the data that actually matters before your next trade. Hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell so you never miss an episode. We drop new analysis every week and this community is growing fast. You don't want to be the last one to know. Alright, let's get into it. So first, who is Big Bear? And why should you even care? BigBear.ai Holdings is an artificial intelligence company, but not the kind that makes chatbots or writes your emails. This company builds what they call decision intelligence solutions, essentially AI systems that help the US government, defense agencies, and border control make faster, smarter, more accurate decisions using highly sensitive data. Think battlefield logistics, predictive threat analysis, border security biometrics. This is AI with a clearance badge. Their flagship deployment, a system called Veriscan biometric identity verification that is already running at major US airports. That's not a prototype, that's real revenue, real deployment, real infrastructure. And here's what makes them different from every other AI company you've heard of. Their clients can just switch to a competitor. The switching costs are enormous. Once a government agency builds their classified workflows around BigBear.ai's models, they're locked in. There's a more, folks. Now I want to ask you a question right here. Drop it in the comments below. How much are you thinking of investing in BBAI? Are we talking a small speculative position, say under $500, or are you looking at a larger conviction bet? Let me know. I read every comment. Now let's talk about what actually changed at Big Bear AI, because the story here is a turnaround, and turnarounds are where generational gains are made if you get in at the right time. Here's what happened. The company had a bunch of older, lower margin legacy government contracts, the kind that paid the bills but didn't grow. Management made the bold decision to exit those contracts and pivot toward higher value AI offerings. Yes, that caused a temporary revenue dip. But here's the thing, the market often punishes short-term pain even when the long-term picture is getting stronger. And the proof is in the numbers. They beat earnings expectations, not because of top-line revenue growth, but because of sharper, more disciplined operations. They are doing more with less. But the biggest development, the balance sheet. BigBear.ai has been aggressively cutting debt. And I mean aggressively. That debt was a dark cloud hanging over this stock. It was the number one bear case. That cloud is lifting. They have built up a solid cash position, which means they can grow, make acquisitions, and expand without diluting shareholders. That's huge. One acquisition worth highlighting, Cargosia. This bolsters their position in secure logistics AI, another domain where government clients pay a premium and don't leave. As that cost fall, cash flow improves. The math is simple. The turnaround is real. Let's talk price action because the chart on BBAI is telling a story right now. The stock has been volatile. No sugarcoating that. But here's what the smart money watches. During the most recent dip, we saw aggressive buying, not panic selling accumulation. That is a classic sign of institutional money stepping in at a level they consider attractive. The stock is currently consolidating, and consolidation after a dip that gets bought hard. That's often the calm before a breakout. Endless sentiment is cautiously optimistic. Some firms are maintaining buy ratings even after adjusting price targets. And perhaps most telling, there have been insider purchases. When the people who run the company are buying shares with their own money, that's a signal worth paying attention to. Let's zoom out for a second. We are in a multi-decade AI spending supercycle, and within that, defense AI is one of the fastest growing subcategories. The US government is allocating more budget to AI-driven defense tools, not less. Global instability is driving that. Big Bear AI is perfectly positioned at the intersection of two powerful tailwinds, AI and defense. Now, here's a question for you in the comments. What other AI defense or government tech stock are you watching right now? Drop the ticker below. Palantir, Leidos, SAIC. I'm curious what you are tracking alongside BBAI because companies like Palantir, ticker PLTR, are already trading at massive premiums for essentially the same story. Big Bear AI is playing the same game at a fraction of the valuation. The re-rating, if it happens, could be significant. And their Middle East expansion opens up a whole new contract pipeline. New governments, new defense deals, new revenue streams. So what's going to move this stock? What are the near-term catalysts you need to watch? Number 1. Upcoming earnings. This is the moment of truth for the pivot thesis. Strong guidance from management would be the spark. Number 2. Acquisition synergies. Cargosia integration is still early. As it matures and shows up in the numbers, the market will take notice. Number 3. Government purchase awards. Defense contracts are lumpy, but when one drops, it can move a stock significantly in a single day. This is a stock where you want to be positioned before the announcement. Number 4. M&A potential. Larger players like Region or Lockheed Martin are always looking for niche AI capabilities with government clearances. A tuck-in acquisition by one of those giants? That would be a massive catalyst, and BigBear.ai fits the profile perfectly. Now, I have to be straight with you because the risks here are real. Government contracts are lumpy, they get delayed, they get cancelled. A contract that was supposed to come in Q2 might slip to Q4, and that creates revenue misses that can punish a stock hard, especially when valuation is already stretched. If the Middle East expansion deals don't materialize on schedule, that's a headwind. And valuation, this is not a cheap stock on traditional metrics. You are paying a premium for the turnaround story and the future potential. That means the margin for error is thinner. This is a speculative position. It is not a boring dividend stock. Position size accordingly. Never invest more than you can afford to lose. So, where does this all leave us? BigBear.ai is a high risk, high reward play on the intersection of AI and US defense. The balance sheet is healing. The pivot to higher value contracts is in motion. Insider buying is happening. The technicals show accumulation. And the macro tailwinds, AI spending, defense budgets are about as strong as they've ever been. Is it guaranteed? Nothing in the stock market is. But the setup is compelling. Now, before you go, 3 things. 1. Drop a comment. How much are you thinking of allocating to BBAI? I want to know. And what similar stock are you comparing it to? 2. If this analysis gave you value, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more investors who need this kind of deep dive research. 3. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We do this every single week. Institutional level analysis. No fluff, no hype, just data. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp, stay informed, and as always, trade with conviction, but manage your risk. Peace.